welcome to week 9. Okay, so quite a lot has happened in week 9, which is exciting. I'm currently looking at a dormer that I'll show you. Right, I've come up here and this protective stuff on the dormer has come off. I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna have to maybe go out on the scaffold and try and find it, but it's really crazy up here when the wind goes mad. So I'll try and record without it being too noisy. Okay, so on Monday we had the window fitter here to take all the measurements for the windows, so we can get a quote for that. But I don't know if you remember in my last video I said like we'd have like quite small doors here. Well, the design that they came back with, I'll pop it up here as well, is to have like 2 doors there and 2 doors there, like really short doors anyway. And I'm not sure if that's kind of like what I want, so I've asked them to go back and redesign something else for these windows. I'll pop up my little illustration here as well, something like this, so it's got kind of like normal sized doors inside here, but with just like an extra pane there and an extra pane up there, just to see if we can kind of get something where the doors are just normal and we only need 2, like 1 on each side. I think that'll be a lot better. So he came around on Monday to measure, so we've just been going back and forth. He sent us a website where we can look at front doors and stuff, so I think we're gonna go for a black front door, which I will pop up here as well, something like this. Problem is because we don't know what the house is gonna look like when it's done, it's really hard to pick a front door when I just don't know what the overall house is going to look like. I'm finding that's quite difficult. So I think I'm just going to go safe bet black, and in the future then if I really want to change it I can just paint it. Okay, so I'm honestly struggling to film up here because it's so windy and so noisy. But yeah, we've had all the stud walls built up here, which is super exciting. Our builder is back on Monday, so hopefully next week we're having the front of the bungalow built, which means then they can finally book in a roofer. And then once the roof is done, that means that they can start plasterboarding. It's going to be so good. Then we can have the place plastered, which is just going to make it look like an actual house again. And then it's down to us to paint it. So I'm going to take you downstairs because it is just too noisy up here. But yeah, we've had all the stud walls built, which is amazing. And yeah, I'll show you now. Okay, so it's quite dark in here, so I'll keep it brief. But basically, once the electrician had been on Thursday, they were then able to start putting the fluffy insulation in the ceilings, which is good because it means hopefully the bungalow won't be as cold as it once was. So the fluffy stuff goes in the original building, and then up here, obviously they didn't get a chance to do it last week, all of this Celotex will go in the extension ceiling, which means it'll be nice and warm in here, I hope, because there's 100mm Celotex in the walls. Unfortunately, there's none in that wall and that wall. But yeah, we could get a 50mm insulation board that's got plasterboard on the back of it, so that's an option, but obviously it's going to be more expensive. But you'd only need like maybe 2.5 panels along there, so we'll have to see if it's worth it or not. But yeah, so they put all the fluffy insulation up, which is something to just tick off, which is great. It did, however, show kind of like how dark it was under here, but obviously that will all be glass at some point, and this door here is going to be glass into the kitchen. So I'll just turn the flash off and you can see how dark it is at the moment. Yeah, so this is how dark it's looking under here at the moment. So I'm hoping that once the doors are in, you've got all that light coming here, it won't be as dark because this will be glass as well, so hopefully it'll all flood through here. But it is feeling a little bit dark under here, but yeah, all of the insulation is in above here as well. So, but this is going to be a cupboard, so it does not need a lot of light, it does just need a pendant. Okay, so we've also had all the fluffy insulation put up in here as well, which again will be nice because this room used to be absolutely freezing. So it'd be nice to know that it's got some insulation in it now, at least. But yeah, sorry it was so noisy upstairs. But what I was trying to say is that, yeah, we had the electrician on Thursday. They did focus mainly upstairs because I think he's waiting for the main builder to come back and have a chat to him about the downstairs and things like that. So that'll be happening at some point. But yeah, so what we had to, if you're thinking about doing a project, you really have to think about the electrics like in thorough detail. It's not just as easy as being like, oh yeah, just chuck double sockets and a light switch in. You need to think like, do I want lights on the wall? If so, where are they going? You know, where will I want my Christmas tree? Will there be enough sockets for it? You know, you kind of need to have an idea of what's going where in each room to know where to put the sockets and things like that. So you kind of need to know where the bed's going to go so that you can put 2 sockets either side of the bed. You need to know, do you need a shaving point in the bathroom? Lots of things like that that you really do need to consider in thorough detail before your electrician comes around. So we sat down beforehand and popped this little sketch. Honestly, nothing too technical. We used blue, red and green. We used green as wall lights and sconces and outdoor lights. Red was, I think, switches on the wall, and blue is the double sockets that we want everywhere, and we just crisscrossed it out, sent it as a reference. But realistically, the electrician has probably got more experience in this and is probably going to pick up on areas that you've missed or things that you haven't thought about. So our electrician, he was thinking about, you know, do we want surveillance? Do we want a Ring doorbell? Do we want like an extra light switch in the bedroom so you can turn your lights off from the bed? Like, that is one that I really liked, so that's one that we have put in, which will be cool. And just lots of little different things like that. And obviously, like, they know where your fire alarms need to go, they know where the fans need to go because they are obviously up to regs, they know all about things like that. So yeah, we had Carl, the electrician, on Thursday come, and that was great. As I said, we've got first fixing upstairs and some downstairs. We need to start thinking about bathrooms. So we've been looking at bathrooms. We might even go and look at some bathrooms tonight if there is anywhere open. Okay, so we've just been to the gym, excuse my sweaty head, but we're going now to look at some bathrooms. We most definitely will buy everything online, but what we're struggling with is like the style. Like, we have no idea. Like, downstairs I had an idea of what I wanted, but what I found downstairs is that what I wanted and what I bought weren't the same things. So it's really hard to like visualize what the bathroom's going to look like, and then when you're buying all these different bits, like what they're going to look like together and in that space and with that lighting. Because yeah, the tiles we bought for the downstairs bathroom, they were meant to be off-white, but they're most definitely pale pink, which is just like not what I wanted. They're growing on me, but still. So we just want to get this bathroom right, really. So we're going to go and have a little look now, aren't we? And yeah, I'll show you what type of stuff there is. also we're looking at the cladding. If you saw my last week's video, you would have seen I showed you 3 different samples, which I can show you again. Okay, so last week I showed you these samples from Ecoscape. So we have the spiced oak, which is what we were going to go for, but when the sample came I decided I'm not going for it because it's kind of like it's not a very nice brown in my opinion. We've got the midnight from Ecoscape again, which I do really like this one. That's what I said in the last video, but I think we're going for black windows, black fascia, black guttering, too much black. And then this one surprised me. I don't really like grey, but it does have a warmer tone in it. However, I did order some more samples and there is one that I love, but let me just go through them all with you. So we also had these samples through, and I'm really sorry, but I haven't got the name of the company that sent them to me. They're not on the back. So I'll pop up the name of the company here. But these ones, if you did want that brown sort of colour, but you wanted the slats to be a lot bigger, then this sample would be really good for that because they are a lot bigger slats. And yeah, and this is a more like grey, if you like the grey tone, that one. This is the grey that we're going to go for, but it is a lot warmer still than this grey. So yeah, I'll pop up the name on the screen of the company with these ones. I just totally forgot. I've ordered so many. Then I also had this one from a company called Landscaping Direct. It only came in the cedar brown. Again, I don't really want the darker brown. I'll show you now which colour I want. But yeah, again, these are the same size-ish as the Ecoscape one, so they're not as big as the other one. It's called Board and Batten, but look at the colour on this one. I'm absolutely obsessed with that. That's exactly the colour that I want. This one is a darker colour, but honestly it's nicer than the other browns that have come. That's an antique oak, but this colour, so it's not slatted, unfortunately. It is Board and Batten, but that is just the colour that I want. But I do still think we'll probably go for the Ecoscape. And that's what it looks like on the photo, but I'll put a photo up from their Instagram or their website or whatever. I really want that. I think if I didn't have so many windows in the dormer and I had more area for pattern, I would definitely go, well, to be honest, once we've got the dimensions, I'm going to cost it up, because for me this is a winner. I like the pattern, it's a bit different, but then also this is nice as well. But yeah, if this was just a slight bit warmer, like that oak colour, this would be a winner, hands down. Okay, so we're going to go and try and sort the dormer out with a staple gun. This is not a very good staple gun, so wish us luck. So that's what I've got for you today's episode. Yeah, we've got lots of decisions coming our way now. We've got 7 weeks left of the build. Only 7, even though it feels like ages in the garden room. But yeah, we've got 7 weeks left. We've got lots of decisions leaning on us now. So I need to go ahead and order lots of stuff. So if I can just get the cladding nailed, that would be great. But I need to know the dimensions. And then the next thing we need to order is the bathroom. But yeah, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments, because I absolutely love reading your comments and replying to them. And yeah, stick with me. I've got more content coming. And yeah, I think you're going to like it when we start to see lots of changes happening. So be sure to follow along and subscribe, and I'll see you in next week's video.